One of my favourite early wipe 9mm weapons is now available to build from level 14, the MPX Suppressed. This has gotten an overhaul with some new parts too, and today I'll be showing you how to get access to it, put it together, and use it in your raids. So to start with, you can get the MPX from Peacekeeper level 2, but this is the basic one without a suppressor. So normally to get access to this thing, you have to do the task Eagle Eye. You can see that I'm just about to do this, and you get the MPX submachine gun silenced. This is the reward for the quest. You'll then be able to buy it on Peacekeeper 2. But we now have the ability to build this without unlocking this particular quest because of some of the parts that have come onto him this wipe. This means that you can build the gun without doing Fishing Gear, Friend from the West Part 2 and all of these other quests, because this one is quite far down the Peacekeeper quest line. You can see that I'm level 26 and I'm just about to get to Peacekeeper level 3, so that's quite a long way past getting Peacekeeper level 2. Getting to level 2 is pretty simple. You need $11,000 of cash spend with Peacekeeper. Normally what I do is I sell stuff to the other traders and then I just buy dollars on Peacekeeper because you're going to need them anyway, and you're going to need $5,000 for Friend from the West Part 2 at some point, so you may as well just buy the dollars and have them, and you'll spend them on weapons like this. So let's go and see the build itself. So the original MPX SD, the one that existed in the previous iteration of the game, used this 6.5-inch ported barrel. The problem with this one is that this is on Mechanic 2, which is level 20, which again is quite a lot higher than Peacekeeper 2. It's another 6 levels. So to avoid this, we can use some of the new parts that they've got on the MPX this wipe. Other than just the 6.5-inch barrel, there are now 2 new ones. There's the MPX SD 4.75-inch ported barrel, and there's also this one, the 6.75-inch ported SD barrel. And these both basically make the same kind of gun. The SD with the integrated suppressor over the top of the barrel. You can see the little thread here, and this will go straight over the top. Doesn't really matter which way you go about it, but I want to use the shortest version because you get the highest ergo, and as you can see, this gun already has insane vertical recoil, so I don't really care about making it longer to decrease that. We're going to use the 4.75-inch barrel, which you can see comes on Peacekeeper 2 at $34 US, which is very affordable. And then we've got the Ronin 8-inch suppressor. This thing is only -3 ergo, which is actually insane for a suppressor. If you've looked through the suppressors in Tarkov, you'll know that they have very negative ergo values on usually, and the 8-inch is only -3, which is crazy. And $150, this is about 22,000 rubles, so not actually that expensive either. From this point, there's actually not a lot that you can do at this trader level. The stocks are very weird for the MPX now. This comes with this one, the MPX MCX collapsing telescoping stock. And when you look through the different options, some of the others are strictly worse. This one is lower ergo and higher recoil. This one is lower ergo and higher recoil. And the other ones you just can't get access to. So you're basically just better off just keeping this on. Pistol grips are kind of similar. The only one that's slightly better at this level is the MIAD. This one has 2 extra ergonomics. It is very cheap, about 2 to 3k, but I'm not sure if we really care that much. You can put it on if you really want to. For handguards, we get an MPX Gen 1 6-inch. They've added the Gen 2 6-inch as well, which has a little bit more ergo by 1, and it technically also has -1.5% recoil reduction, but as you can see, it doesn't even touch the sides. It doesn't change the number at all because the recoil is already so low. Technically, the best of these handguards, I think, is this one, the MPX 6.5-inch. You can buy this as well at Peacekeeper 2, so you can get this if you really want. I'm not sure if it's worth it because of just how much ergo we already have, but the reason why the 6-inch and the 6.5 inches are better than the 4.5 and the 4 inches is that with these ones, you can't put a vertical foregrip on because they're too short. The only thing you could do is add a tactical device, you see. So we want to pick one of these. I'm going to pop on the 6.5-inch just for now, but it's totally fine just to keep the original. Onto this, I'm going to add a Knight's Armament VFG. Doesn't give any recoil reduction, but as I said, we don't really care. And this is basically all you need to do. You might want to add a tactical device on the side, just using an M-LOK 2.5-inch rail from Mechanic 1, and then also a sight of your choice on the top. But this gun is basically good to go and is really, really tiny. I love it. To get better mags, you do have to move up to Mechanic level 3, unfortunately. We have here the 41 rounder, which is pretty cool, but yeah, that's Mechanic 3, so that's level 30. And then you've also got the 50 rounder as well, which is 14,000, also from Mechanic 3. So it's up to you when you get to this point, which ones you choose to use. But for the time being, we're stuck with 30 rounders, which isn't too bad. I find the MPX is a nice balance of recoil and fire rate because at 850 it's still very, very controllable, but gives you enough chances to hit the head. I think it's slightly more controllable than the Vector. If you're going to piece together this gun, go and see how much this actually costs, then all you need to do is buy the actual base gun, and you put together the suppressor, the barrel, the vertical foregrip. We're going to ignore this for the time being, and we're going to add the rail as well. So it costs somewhere between 70 to 75k. If you add the handguard, then it's more like 80k. If you don't bother, then it's more like 71k. So it's up to you. This is slightly expensive for a weapon in the early wipe, but once you've done Eagle Eye, it's probably better just to get the MPX SD pre-built from Peacekeeper, as these are very, very similar in functionality. but at least there's now a way to get this weapon early on if you want to. As I said, technically from level 14, and it's super tiny in size, which I think is pretty fun. In terms of ammunition, Prepor 2's PST is your run-of-the-mill for the MPX, and with 20 pen, it's very much a hit the face or neck situation, as unfortunately against class 4 armor, you'll really struggle to do any damage, but this is pretty much the same with all SMG ammos and even some rifle ones in the early wipe. One thing that is interesting to point out, that the durability burn on PST is actually much higher than that on M882. If you care about that, then perhaps it's a reason to choose M882 instead, but I find myself not having to repair that much anyway, even when using PST. PST is a little bit faster, which helps when leading targets that are running horizontally, so it's still my preferred choice. Once you can stretch up to Peacekeeper level 3, which is one of the first traders you can get at that level, so long as you focus on Skier and Peacekeeper's questlines early enough, then you can buy AP 6.3, which will help weapons like the MPX to feel some improvements. With 30 pen, it's still nothing incredible against class 4, but it's worth having against the class 3 helmets and class 3 neck protection on certain armors. Until then, just make sure you look out for AP 6.3 in raid in places like Woods USEC camp, and also PvP if you can get your hands on it, because that will help make this gun really sing in the early wipe. So with that, let's see how it performed in a couple of my recent raids. You know, shall I just aggressively run this way and just gun someone down? Damn, he came here pretty quick. I'm amazed he was there so fast. Holy moly. I did say we were going to do it. This man was zooming. Huh? What in the world? I don't know. He was just like, on a mission. I suspect that man had a toolkit to secure. Maybe, yeah. Oh, it's together again. He's gonna murder me. Unless he's like facing the other way. I want him to turn around. Come on, baby, turn around. I can't hit him in the neck because his arm's in the way. Where'd my boy go? At least Together's not silent. Did I kill it? I'm trying to like hit the neck specifically. Damn. 0 sound on that guy? Yeah, until like literally the end. Right. I didn't put a laser on it, unfortunately. Oops. Thought that was somebody there.
Come on, bitches! Take my liar.
Okay. That was aggressive. So, where is the syringe? It's usually in here, but I think they changed it, so it can now be in a few places. Oh. It's there. That was funny, wasn't it? Ow. I kind of used that. I don't know why I dropped down there, to be honest. So next up, go and check out my updated level 2 traders video for the best weapons in the early wipe, including some of the suppressed guns like the VSK. Otherwise, as usual, a big shout out to all my patrons, and as always, have fun in your raids.